Hey guys, what's going on? So we're going to go through some quick power of three examples. So for example, right here, we're going to be looking at this candle here. It's a bullish candle, as you can see. Now we're on the daily chart, and as we break it down, you can see how we do that open, high, low principle. So right here, this was the open of the market, and we had a small consolidation here. But the large move, and you can see they went and took out the previous daily low. It traded open and then low. So when we get that open low, we now have our first two parts, the open and then the low of the power of three. So we have open low. Now we're expecting a bullish candle, and it trades up. And we'll talk about entry techniques and all the ways to get in. I just want you to see this power of three. I want you to see how there's an original consolidation right here. It may peak above and below that open just a little bit, but we'll have liquidity targets that we look for. And there'll be things like this, like the low of the day or the high of the day. So when we run this low of the day, we're already expecting a bullish candle because of the power of three. So again, we get open, low. So we're expecting that power of three to play out if our technicals are in line. So let's look at a bearish candle. So for example, this one here. And again, we're just looking at that day. Let me get these out of the way. So same thing. Here's that opening price. And you can see in this one, we have a large consolidation. Price consolidates for most of the session. We never really get a huge grab at either level. We can see that the previous daily high is right here. I'll just go ahead and drop a line on that. Right here. So you can see we tap that high, and then we really don't grab any liquidity to the low side. But once we really run that high significantly, we'll talk about how we target double tops too. We now have our open high. So from here, we're expecting price to likely sell off because we have our open and our high aspect of the power three. Again, and it's coming from a daily high. So the previous daily on here, so this day, you can see down here the dates. This is the 22nd. So this would be that opening price would be here. And the closing price would actually be here. So the previous day being the 21st, if we just marked the low of the day, obviously we'll go, I'm going to find midnight here, and mine is in New York time. So that low of the day was down here. And so you can see how we take the high, open high, and then we deliver down to that low of the day. And we close over here. So again, if we're just looking at the opening price, I just want to give you a visual for this. So imagine this daily candle. This daily candle, we could look at like this, right? So if that's the opening price, you can see right here at midnight, that's the closing price. What's all this up here? Between here and here would be the body, right? So this would be a bearish candle because it went low, and then everything up here, if this was a daily chart, would just be that wick. So if we're looking at this on a 15-minute chart, obviously, but this is what that candle looks like. You see it trades low, but then trades back up into that close. So right there, we kind of have our candle painted out as far as what a daily candle would look like there. So let's do that real quick on this candle as well, just to give us a visual. So we had the open there, and then the closing price was here. So once we have that opening and closing price, we can measure that body. So this one, opening here and closing here, would be a bullish candle because it opened low, it went open, low, high. And so our wick would be everything that was above. So it would be everything here. And then the wick to the low would look like this here, mapping out this low. And now you can see how the power of 3 is operating on the daily, but we can kind of time it based on the 15-minute chart. And just to map out this last one so we could see another daily candle, we'll go to the 23rd and let's go to midnight. So right there. Now, I just wanted to show this one too because this one's pretty choppy. You can see the open is here, and then the close is right here. So really not much body at all. It's a bearish candle, right? But that bearish candle has more wick than it does a body. So we really don't get much as far as our open high close. We get more of a consolidation, which we do have to be prepared for, but I just wanted to mark it up so we can be thorough. So when we have a mixed level like this, and you can see when we went open high, we didn't take out that previous daily high, but there will be liquidity levels that I point out further in the course that you can look for to take these trades. So when you get open high up into that liquidity, you could at least take a short anticipating that low and take profits down there, even if it ends up being a consolidated candle and closing over here. All right, guys, that's the open high, low, and close, power 3. Hope this made sense. If it didn't, just reach out to me. Happy to answer any and all your questions.